Namaste children. Yesterday what we have studied in the last class, what is air? What is atmosphere? Why we need air? What is the composition of air? What are the properties of air? Now, how we have studied in the voice of your friends you have learned, and I have given some pictures and some videos to explore. And now today's video you will be getting the answers for your observation and conclusions. Now a small discussion whatever you have learned. So what is air? Air is a mixture of gases in simple words. Now what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the air which is a blanket of air which covers the earth's surface. Now what is the composition of air? Air contains the majority, that is 78% of nitrogen and 21% of oxygen, 0.03% of carbon dioxide, and remaining 1% is other gases you have learned. That is air composition. Now, what are the properties of air? You have seen that air has mass. Then you have seen air occupies space. Then you have seen the composition of the air, that is 78% of nitrogen and only 21% of oxygen. Then you have seen air is needed for burning. Then you have also seen that warm air rises up. Then you have seen air can lift the things. Then you have already also seen that air exerts pressure equally in all directions. Now, today we are going to, and air contains not only this, some dust particles also. Now, how can you know that air is having oxygen? Because we breathe in air. Oxygen supports burning. One experiment proves that oxygen is present in air, the burning candle. Now, this air supports life. How can we say? Now, oxygen we will be breathing, and that oxygen will help in oxidation of food materials in our respiratory process and releases energy. This energy we are using for our metabolic activities. Same way, when we are releasing carbon dioxide, that carbon dioxide is taken by the plants and they will use that carbon dioxide for the preparation of food materials. This process is known as photosynthesis. Already we discussed all these things in class 5. Now, this photosynthesis, they will be releasing oxygen. So, in this way, oxygen and carbon dioxide cycles will be occurring in air and the interdependence of living things also. Now, this is all about on the land. Coming to the soil, we have seen already some of the animals will be living in the soil because soil is porous and the air will be going through these pores into the soil. That air which is containing oxygen, that will be useful for the breathing of animals which live in the soil. How can you say it is containing air? When you take a lump of soil and pour water, what will come? Bubbles will be observed. This proves that soil contains air. Same way, aquatic animals will be living by breathing the dissolved oxygen in air which is present in the water. How can you say that water is having air? Take a bowl and boil water, what you will be observing? Bubbles will be observed. That proves that water contains air. Same way, in the air, other than these gases, water vapor will also be present. Now for this to prove, you take one bottle which is having cool water in it and keep it outside for some time. Then the air surrounding it, when it is coming and touching that bottle, the water vapor will be condensing and forming water droplets over the bottle. This proves that air contains water vapor also. Now coming to the uses of water, uses of air. Air is used in many ways. Now what is the role of this air in the atmosphere? That is, it's this air containing, see, whenever sun rays falls onto the earth surface, it maintains the proper temperature on the earth. Otherwise the earth will become too hot or too cold. During daytime it will become too hot, nighttime too cool, which is not supporting the life. So it will not be happen when atmosphere is present. That means it will be responsible for the greenhouse effect on the earth. Next is, it also causes the weather changes like rainfall, snowfall, storms, which will be occurring in the atmosphere. Then hot air rises up and cool air comes down. This is how, when wind blows, the sea breeze and land breeze, which are responsible for the water cycle, oxygen cycle in the atmosphere. Not only this, this protects the atmosphere, the blanket of air, which is present about 10 kilometers and about 50 kilometers above the ground. In this region, one layer of ozone gas is present, which absorbs the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. These harmful rays, when we are exposed to that, our skin will get skin cancer, eye problems, like this. So this ozone layer is very, very important, which is present in the air and which is responsible for the existence of life. So if it is getting destroyed or spoiled by increasing of pollution, then this layer will be getting depleted and all the ultraviolet radiation will be reaching to the earth, which causes the existence of life on the earth is difficult. So this will be, you need to protect this. How? By reducing the pollution. Usually whatever we are using, ACs and refrigerators, release chlorofluorocarbons, which depletes the ozone layer. Now coming to the uses of each component of air. Already we have learned this also. Air helps in the air uses and components of air uses will be seeing together. Air helps in the dispersal of seeds. Air helps also in the pollination of pollen grains. Thereby the plant reproduction will be taking place. Now wind helps to run the windmills as well as to rotate the turbines and helps in generating electricity, and also plays a very very important role in the water cycle. That from all the water bodies, the water gets evaporated and form water vapor, thereby restored back in the form of rain to the earth. Not only this, compressed air used in the inflating of tires so that a smooth running of the vehicle will take place. Now, oxygen, one of the constituent air, which is helpful for burning of the fuels because it is the supporter of combustion. Not only this is, we can say, because of this only life exists. Next, nitrogen is also one of the component in the fertilizers as well as major component of air, which is also used in flushing of chips packets, so that is filling up the chips packet, so that whatever they will be spraying on the chili powder or salt, oil will not react these chemicals and will keep the chips for a long time fresh. So the chips will not be spoiled. Now this air is also helping in the movement of aeroplanes, helicopter, parachutes, yachts, in the sailboats, etc. Now these are all different uses, applications in day-to-day life we are seeing. See, you collect some more uses and related pictures, images while you are doing video presentation on this as an small test. Next, coming to air pollution. The major air pollution is caused by the human activities. We the people will be doing a large and undesirable substances we are releasing by our human activities, harmful gases, chemicals, dust particles, harmful materials into the atmosphere. Other than the composition, what we have learned, extra anything is present in the air is called as air pollution. So the composition of air you have studied already. Other than that, anything is extra or the composition percentage is also increasing, that is also called as air pollution, which is harmful for human beings, plants, animals, as well as the wider to the environment. When these substances are present, the air is called as polluted air and those substances are known as pollutants. The major pollutants are due to what? Emissions of gases and smoke from factories, burning of coal and fuels, vehicular emissions, burning of wood. Some natural causes of pollution are like forest fires in summer season, volcanic eruptions, and decay process of vegetation. These are all causing air pollution, which causes lung diseases in human beings and also breathing disorders. So prevention is better. So prevention is better than cure, we will say. No, same way prevention of air pollution at all the levels is necessary and desirable for a better life on the earth's surface.